Hey there, VC. Welcome back to Vinyl Talk with Tavis, and I'm Tavis. It's August 26th, a wonderful Monday morning. Looks like it may be raining here in Kansas City anytime soon. But before I actually start driving and rambling, as I say, I wanted to let you know about some records I'm taking to my classroom. I'm trying to figure out what records, if you were a teacher, what records would you take to the classroom? You know, we can easily Spotify, which I've given up, but I've actually thought about maybe restarting it. Although it doesn't restart, it doesn't actually end until the 18th of September. So I have all this time, but I'm still referring to it as, like I told you earlier, a reference. So it may be hard for me to actually give up Spotify. You know, hey, people change. People make decisions and then they say, maybe I shouldn't. We'll see. It's still to be determined. STBD. Still to be determined. Okay, I'm taking this to the classroom. You all, okay. I had to get this. The Essential Elvis Presley 2 LP set. I got it at Walmart. I'm sure you all know about this, but I think it's a great introduction into Elvis Presley. And my goal is to play it while the kids are doing written work. That's what I normally do when I take records to school. Either it's for me when I'm working by myself, or I'll play music while the kids are doing written work. So we have to talk about the king of rock and roll. Just like we talk about the king of pop, Michael Jackson. We talk about the queen of soul, Aretha Franklin. We talk about many types of artists. And so I think this was just really great to get. I got it at Walmart yesterday. I was surprised. Walmart is, look, they have like a little, at least in my area, a little vinyl area. Target has a little vinyl area. Everyone's trying to get on board. Then just to be diverse, I found this at a thrift store. This is the Don Shirley Trio Waterboy. I found this at the thrift store yesterday for $1. It still has the shrink. A great pianist. I can't wait to hear this. I've not even spun this. So me and the kids are going to hear this together, or just me when I'm working in the classroom. A great way to introduce jazz. Something that the kids will know, although it's not brand new, but it's been out for a little while, and it's one of the earliest albums that I reviewed in on my YouTube channel. Charlie Puth. I said, I think this is now safe for me to take to the classroom because I don't want no one to steal my stuff. I don't want no one to steal my records. People steal, y'all. I told you in an earlier video that someone took my Antonio Jobim record. I was shocked beyond belief that someone would take that. I still haven't found it. I have the cover, but not the album. And it's in no other sleeve that I own. Someone took it. I don't know who, but they won't be taking these because I have my room on lockdown. You all, classical music. I found this at the thrift store. This is very famous from the wonderful Tchaikovsky, Pathetique. Can't wait to play this for the kids. Can't wait. Can't wait to introduce him. Then I have my favorite classical composer, Bach. This is the 2 and 3 part interventions. Okay. It's played by Alexander Borovsky. Right there. Classic. Good classical music. We'll have to give it a good clean before I play it. But anyway, That's what's going on right now. So all of you, the VC community, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dearest friends, I found out something important yesterday. I think that I should have known this a long time ago. I'm sure I've known this. I'm just now speaking it openly. It's good to be friends with the person who works at the thrift store that takes care of the records. You know, everybody has their own section in these thrift stores. At least from my experience, there are different people who work different sections in the thrift stores. So when I went to the thrift store yesterday, which I went to get something else, it had nothing to do with records. I went back there just to see what was there, and found that that Don Shirley album and those classical records, Tchaikovsky and Bach. I plan on getting some more. He was walking close by and he said, "Hey, how you doing?" And I said, "Hey, how are you?" And we started a conversation, and it was just good to get to know him. And I said, "You know, I'm here all the time." He said, "I know." He said, "What do you like in particular?" And I told him, I said, I'm very open to everything. He said, "Well, I keep the newest albums in this particular area here, and the things that have been here for a while, they're over here." I said, "Okay." I kind of felt that. So I told him that, I told him who I was interested in. I said, I like all types of artists. And so as I kept looking and digging it's not a very big section, but it's a nice, well-rounded vinyl section. I stand mistaken, ladies and gentlemen. I made an error in speech in one of my videos when I said that you would never find a Grail, or I never would find a Beatles or a Frank Sinatra album at a thrift store. I heard you. Not only did I hear you, because you all said that you had the experience of finding these particular artists. Not only did I hear you, but I experienced it. Yesterday, it was Saturday. Today is Monday. Saturday, I went to this thrift store, talking to the gentleman who is over this area of the vinyl selection, of the vinyl area. I found a Frank Sinatra album. It's one of his, I think, it's even mentioned in Wikipedia, one of his most unpopular albums, called The Waterfront. Are any of you familiar with this? And I cleaned it yesterday, and I listened to it, and I see why it was not popular. It's not good to me. It's almost as if Frank Sinatra was a little drunk or something, because he was not on pitch in some areas. It just seemed to me it was not his best. It's even historically proven from the sales. It's not pleasing. And it has that early 70s sound. I think it was done in 70 or 71, one of those years. I just didn't find it pleasing, but I listened to it. And I'm going to keep it. I might give it as VCLT. If any of you are interested, let me know. What I have found when I'm cleaning these records, and this is a rambling video, so I'm going to go back and forth, y'all. I don't know what's going to happen. I have found that when I clean my records, I don't have that spin clean yet. I want to get it. When I clean my records with microfiber towels, and I use water and distilled water and some type of alcohol and a little bit of dishwashing detergent, just a little bit, a drop, and I shake it up, and it seems like that the needle builds up a lot of dust when I use microfiber towels. Have you all experienced this? And then you can hear a distortion in the sound, and you look at your needle and realize that it's just built up with a lot of dust and lint. from the towel that you used. It's so important to use anti-static, lint-free towels when you're cleaning your records. And then when I cleaned it again with my anti-static, lint-free towels that I got from Amazon, there was no distortion and there was no lint buildup on the needle. So I'm no longer going to be using microfiber towels for record cleaning. And to me, it also adds static. Microfiber towels to me are full of static. That's what I've experienced. Maybe you can shed some light, but I cannot wait to use that spin clean vinyl little machine that I saw from Bill from the Vinylverse. Bill, I can't wait. If you're watching, I just can't wait to get that. I can't wait. So I found the Frank Sinatra album, and then this gentleman told me, hey, as we kept talking and we became pals and buddies, he said, you know what? Are you into 45s? I'm like, well, yeah, but not as much as into 33s. He said, well, come on up here. And as we were walking, he said that someone had donated a Beatles 45. Now, in this thrift store, they don't sell 45s by singles. They put them in bunches and put them in bags, and so you have to buy the whole thing. So there might be 25 to 50 45s in a bag, and you buy it all together. He said, in one of these bags, I put in one of these bags a Beatles 45, man, that has the song Let It Be. And on the back, it has another song, and I forgot what he said it was, but he said it's very rare. I said, well, let's go look for this. Let's go looking, please. Let's stop talking and let's start walking. So we're walking to the place, and I didn't even know they carried 45s. You know what I think this man is doing? Because I went there. We went there and we couldn't find it. He said, well, looks like someone took it. You know what I think that man does? Look, you know what I'm thinking. That man holds back those records and he probably takes them home for himself. He looks like it to me. The man is holding back records and he keeps them for himself. I feel it. You know, sometimes you just get a gut feeling. I said, look, people are bringing in all of these goodies. I see them. They park their cars at the door and they pull out sacks of stuff from their trunks of cars or whatever, and people take them back into a back room and they sort them out. And so they probably give this man the records. He's looking at this stuff and he takes and keeps. Why wouldn't he? Who's watching him? It's just him over the section. I know, I can feel it. But then you may be asking, why would he even tell you that there was a Beatles record? Because maybe he wanted me to know that there was a 45 section. If you go over here by the jewelry, there's a whole bunch of 45s in bags. And I just happened to put in one of these bags a Beatles 45. And then we're looking in the bag, or multiple bags. He says, well, it looks like somebody took it. Yeah, you took it. You sucker. Had me looking through all those bags, and he would know where he put those 45s. He knows because he said, I have the bags sorted according to style, genre, years. I was like, look at you. So I'm there left looking for Beatles, couldn't find nothing. Didn't buy nothing that was a 45, nothing that interested me. And they're all cracked, and not all of them, I'm sorry. Most of them are cracked, and I don't have the time to clean those 45s. That man has taken those records. I believe it. I could be wrong, but in my gut, I feel like he is hoarding records like we do. Well, I'm excited to say that I paid for my eBay grails. To me, they're my eBay grails. They cost a lot of money, and I paid for them. At least to me, it costs a lot. I don't know what you consider expensive as a record or to buy as a record. What do you consider expensive when you're buying a record or a grail? For me, it's a grail. And I'm going to show you. And today, I looked at the tracking information, and one of them will be here. But I don't want to do the entire video until I get the other one that's coming from Rio de Janeiro. One of them is a soundtrack. I also found another soundtrack that I bought yesterday that should be coming this week. So I'll just do it all together, and it'll be a soundtrack and grail video. I can't wait. Today when I get home, I'm gonna play that. Oh man, that soundtrack makes me so happy. The movie is such a classic. It's so funny. You're trying to guess. I know you are. That's okay. It is such a wonderful movie from the 80s. Probably something you'd never think. Let me give you a hint. Let me see. I'm not gonna give you no hints. You just have to watch the video. You just have to watch it. You'll see it. It'll say soundtrack grails, because these two movies mean a lot to me. Now, okay, one of the movies don't mean that much, but the music from the movie means a lot. This one that's coming today, the movie and the music means so much to me. There's just something about this film. I can watch it over and over again. I was going through a situation in my life, y'all, about a few years ago. And all I had that kept me happy was that movie. Have you ever went through something so hard and so harsh, like a relationship situation, and you just needed something to pick you up? And then you start watching the film, and it just like takes you on a vacation, and you want to keep taking that vacation over and over again. Oops, I think I gave a little information. There was a word, I said the word too many times. Let's see if you can guess what it is. Anyway, that movie takes me on a vacation, and it takes me from my troubles. I will watch it all the time. Great fun. You have fun watching this film. So the soundtrack is fun too. You all, I want you to have a great day today. And remember, as always, with music, be inspired,